State. You've seen them before, but is it a different level when you play Florida State and their defense? The amount of athleticism you think?
Obviously, Florida State, they're able to recruit. Since I've been here at Clemson, it's always been the defensive line. It's always been their best attribute to the team. Obviously, you watch them on film. They're really fast. They get after the ball. They attack. They come off the ball and attack you. It's just Florida State mentality. I don't care who the D coordinator is. It's always going to be that mentality there. But I think they have definitely got speed up there with Brandon Jenkins at 95. They got a lot of guys up there. Yeah, Everett Dawkins, a lot of guys who can. If you don't get on them fast, they're going to make plays. So obviously going into this game is something you want to be able to attack them and do exactly what they do to you. I think that we do a good job of that offensive line. Contrary to what others believe, I think we do a real good job of getting after guys real fast up front. I think we do a great job when we have speed guys on the edge. I think years past we've done a great job controlling fast ends.
I like how you say contrary to what others believe.
Yeah, it's others might not see exactly what the film tells when we watch the games afterwards, but we can focus on what we can control. When we watch the film, had a great game against Auburn, obviously, and that's behind us. But I think we play really physical up front, and I think that's something we're going to take in every week. Auburn was they were physical up front. They're a great team, obviously SEC team. But obviously when you start conference play this week, you got to turn it up another notch. What you did, it's just you got to take another step every week and get better every week. And I think especially years past, we've done a good job of getting better every week. You watch film from middle of the season every year, and it just gets better. We just get better as every game goes on. We got young guys too, so they're only going to get better. As we play better teams.
Coach Morris said yesterday that you guys, I guess, didn't like him very much in practice last week, and he didn't seem to care. But I mean, after that result of 607 yards, I guess you like the intensity turn.
Yeah, exactly. You got to come with an attitude every day at practice, and that's the thing he tries to coach. And I think the mentality he tried to approach practice with last week was pretty much dogging us into the ground to get us to respond. And that's coaching. As a veteran player, I understand that coach is going to do that. He's going to come at you hard every week, especially when you're playing teams like Auburn, when you're playing teams like Florida State. You're going to get that kind of coaching, and you're going to have to be able to respond in a positive way, and see what he's trying to do. And I think that kind of coaching develops a physical mentality in practice, and that obviously, when you can play physical in practice, you're going to do that in the game. And I think we've done a great job of that last week against our defense.
I believe the worst to your advantage when you come off of a game against an Auburn team, you get the D-line, SEC D-line.
Yeah.
And then going into this game, you feel like that helps you?
Yeah, it's confidence is something that you take from those games. When you play, teams that you're better than you're supposed to beat, you don't get much out of those games because you're supposed to win those games, supposedly. You're supposed to get through those games. But when you play teams like Auburn and Florida State and you're able to be physical and attack them up front and come away with the win, that's all confidence. Especially when you got guys who haven't played a lot of ball, coming into this game, they're like, I did this against Auburn, I'm going to do this against Florida State. It's just how it is. It's how I was as a freshman. Every game I got more confident in my ability. And when you can do that, you're able to play faster, more physical, and not really worry about making mistakes.
What have you seen on film?
Like I said earlier, there's Florida State defense you expect. Swarm to the ball, they get there fast, and they all play with a motor the whole time. They're not guys that's you're gonna be able to just block, and they're gonna just they tackle back. So the backside blocks are gonna have to be just as important as the front side blocks. So it's just one of those games where we're gonna have to match exactly what they're doing physically up front. They're supposed to be physical up front, well, we're physical. So we're just gonna have to bring our game. Be focused in on what we're doing and play fast and physical.
I'm guessing when you were growing up and got into your teen years and were following football more closely, probably, Florida State had come into the ACC and was kind of supplanting Clemson as the preeminent team in the league.
Yeah.
Did you notice that, and did you watch Florida State a lot?
Yeah, it's always been, it used to be always, and I think it still comes down to Florida State Clemson. I think that's one of the biggest things in the ACC every year is the game between Florida State and Clemson. Who's going to come out of that? And usually, the winner of the Atlantic is Florida State or Clemson. So, what we can do to control that this week is show up with that mentality, knowing how big of a game it is for us, which, everyone's important, but this one, next one's the most important. So I think that obviously the mentality of the team, I feel like, it's not the type of team I feel like, that gets big-headed about a win. Very humble team. I think that we're going to, obviously we enjoyed the win Saturday night, but I think we're taking everything we can take from that win to get better. And we understand. I mean, even though we had 600 and some yards of total offense, there's still so much left out on the field. We had 2 3 and outs that, there was one play here, one guy here doing this, and one guy here that I saw, 50-yard plays. So I mean, there was a lot left out there, and I think that's the mentality we're taking this week.
Is it more rewarding to beat Florida State than it is other teams?
I think it's a satisfying feeling, especially this year if you were able to come away with the win, just because of. They're supposed to be the ACC champions. They're, predicted to be the ACC champions. So when you can beat, the team that, thinks going to be ACC champions and supposed to be physical and fast and all this, when you come away with a win there, obviously that's a very good thing. But I don't think I put it above any other win. When you beat Florida State, I mean, you just beat Auburn. If you can beat Florida State, that's another one in the books. But you gotta prepare the same way for Auburn, Florida State. Same way for them as you prepare for Maryland. The same way you prepare for Georgia Tech. It's ACC. Anybody can give you any week. It doesn't matter who you play really. If you come with a mentality that you're just going to roll over somebody, that's when you get smacked in the face. So obviously we got to show up with a physical mentality every week.
What did you think about Bowden?
He recruited me obviously when I was in high school, but I thought he reminded me a lot of his Coach Bowden. He reminded me a lot of Coach Bowden at Florida State. The same kind of mentality. I like the way they did things, and I don't think much has changed. In the new coach they have, I think he being under Bowden for so long does a lot of the same things. They coach defense. They always been Florida State. That defense has always been the defense that gets after you, and they try to make it a defensive game. So hopefully we can get in there and be able to score some points against them.
Did you consider Florida State seriously?
They were up there, but it was just too far away for me.
Right.
It was one of the teams that I grew up watching as a kid, obviously with Clemson and NC State and all those teams.
Did he ever call you or send you a letter, or what did you get?
Yeah, I obviously got letters from
him?
yeah. But we never really. I wasn't that into it just because it was like obviously like 10 hours from the house. So I didn't.
You knew you wouldn't play close enough.
Exactly.
Thank you, Lane.
Thanks, Lane. Yeah, thanks a lot, brother.
Thanks, sir.
Yeah, thank you, guys. It's me and Dawn will switch.
Yeah. I got yours.
You don't want to put your hand down on the shirt and get that one?
I would rather not.
Thank you, bud.
Yeah, no problem, man.
Y'all want Dalton? I mean, today, if they bring him over here, I'm not going to move.
Bart, that's just straight laziness. You're not going to move.
No, I'm not going to move.
Nobody moves for Bart. Bart doesn't move for anybody else.
Yeah, well.
Tim. There next.
Take a few minutes, we'll switch him and see. I don't know. He hit 624 yards. Get over here for a couple minutes and keep